What's up, therave.com? I'm TJ, and I'm sitting here today with Josh from As I Lay Dying. How's it going, bud?
Pretty good. Just hanging out. Just walked down and got some Starbucks. So I'm feeling that surge of espresso right now, which is awesome.
Well, Cool Tour's going on in full swing right now. I got about a week left. How's it been going?
It's been going awesome. The turnouts have been sweet. We set off a fire alarm last night. It's just been great. It's been awesome.
You got to expand on that fire alarm story for me.
We just have a lot of massive foggers on the stage, like I think about 8 foggers, and they shoot up and create this like plume of just smoke, all over the stage, and it looks awesome. But I guess we failed to notify the venue of the extent of our fog, and during one of our songs last night, the fire alarm went off. But no one left, thank God. But they should have if they were smart, but they didn't.
Yeah,
so.
They all just kind of stayed there like, is this part of the show?
Yeah.
And you're back at the Rave. This is the band's like 8th time playing here, but personally your 2nd, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2nd time. It was awesome last time. The thing that sticks out in my mind the most about the last time we played here was Phil slipped on a banana peel in the parking lot. Like, he actually slipped on a real banana peel and fell all the way down.
Like Looney Tunes
Like
crap?
you see on TV that never actually happens, that really did happen to him.
Phil's had bad luck here.
He has. He fell off the stage here,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, he has. All right, so the Powerless Rise came out 2 months ago and you are a backup vocalist on that. And I was wondering, since you sing on that, I know Tim's the primary lyric writer, but when you sing, do you suggest, well, I think it might be easier for me to sing it this way, or the wording on this is a little strange for me. Can we change it up a little bit? Are you involved at all in like the lyric writing process in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, on every song on the record, me and Tim would collaborate, and basically he would come up with his lyrics. And as he's writing lyrics, like there's probably about a 4-month period of pre-production, where we would be doing demos, and he would, do something on the demo, and then, a couple weeks later not be into it and kind of change the lyrics around. We would practice it. So I guess the best word would be, everything was kind of interchangeable. Like, he would come up with a chorus, and I'd be like, this chorus all fits except this word. Let's think of a better way to phrase it. And then as well with the actual melody, we would, the first thing I would kind of record the first thing that came to my mind, or Tim would suggest the first thing that came to his mind, and we would kind of work off each other and just record something until it sounded good. Because there was definitely a lot of bad ideas too, that you don't really hear until you hear it with the music. But it was completely like a collaboration. Like there was never anything that we weren't both like happy with, I think. So
very nice. Do you have a song that, I guess, primarily to play live, that you just really enjoy playing it live off the Powerless Rise?
I'm really starting to enjoy playing Anodyne C. That's the second song on the record, and we've only been playing it for about a week and a half now. We just started on Cool Tour playing it, and I didn't enjoy playing it at first because it was really hard to sing and play at the same time. It's just hard to get that focus enough to be able to play it and not be concentrating on what my hand's doing and what my voice is doing. But now I think it's starting to get better, and it's actually probably my favorite song to play in the set now.
A lot of, I don't know if the actual recording, but some of the demoing and writing for the Powerless Rise and the previous record was you're able to do that at Tim's own studio. Is it nice to have a studio where Tim owns it? It's his. You don't have to go fly off to Connecticut somewhere and stay in a hotel.
It's definitely super beneficial. I mean, in this case, or on this record at least, for pre-production, it was kind of it was more of like we didn't start out just in a practice space jamming together. What we did is each person on their own kind of did Pro Tools demos on their computer, and did it with guitar simulator things like plugins, and we would kind of bring it with a drum machine, like just the idea to the practice, and we would sift through the ideas until we found stuff that was, either fit well together, or in some cases, like dudes would write, a complete song and just bring it, and we would kind of focus on that. So I mean, for the pre-production, it was kind of all at our own separate houses, and then we had a practice space about 10 minutes from our house that we would go figure it out. But as far as recording the album, I mean, I lived in the house that I recorded in, so it was awesome because I would just walk downstairs, stumble out of bed and walk downstairs and record bass or whatever. And we actually Tim has a studio at his house, and then at his parents' house, there's a kind of like a guest house, like storage shed type thing in the back where he set up a vocal, just a place for me and him to do vocals in, and that's where the record was mixed and where me and Tim did all our vocals. So I mean, at the most I ever had to travel like 20 minutes to record. Yeah. So it was awesome.
And you're sleeping in your own bed at night.
Yeah, every single night.
All right. This is a question I've always wanted to ask As I Lay Dying, because I've been a fan of As I Lay Dying for some years. But when you guys are all hanging out, or I guess just personally, do you guys listen to music like Slayer, or Behemoth, or black metal that's just clearly on a completely different playing field in terms of ideology as you guys? Are you guys inspired by that music, or do you just kind of can't identify it, so I don't really listen to it?
Oh, of course. I mean, I feel like, there's a lot of bands that, directly conflict with our beliefs, but I mean, we're fans of music, I mean, the same way we would expect people to judge our, releases on the music and not like the beliefs of the individual members. That's how I view like other music. I mean, like a band like Slayer, for example, that, kind of has a completely, polar opposite message than we do, definitely influenced some songs on the last record, and especially the new record. There's a few of the faster jams, or like the beginning of a song like Condemned, where I got inspiration for that riff from listening to Slayer. So like from listening to bands like Slayer and Pantera, who have like, a message that our band wouldn't necessarily personally back, but I have no problem sifting between the message and the music. So, and listening to the music for what it is.
Cool riff is a cool riff.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
All right. Since the release of This Is Who We Are, the DVD, do you find that fans are a little bit more willing to approach you and like they feel like they actually know you a little bit better now? Because I feel like every once in a while a band will say, well, now that DVD's come out, fans just come up to us and they're always talking to us about it, a scene on the DVD. Like, do you feel at all that there's a change in the way your fans approach you?
Sorry, I was taken back by that.
Yeah, there's a tyrannosaur running around outside.
Yeah, T-Rex. But no, I mean, it's funny because people will come up and be like, so like me and Phil joked about this side band that we don't really have, but we joked about on the DVD, and people are like, how's Junk Bunk doing? Like, when are you guys going to record like a record and stuff? We're like, that's not really real. That's funny that you know about that, but it's from the DVD. And, people just people will bring me like American flags because they saw on the DVD about I'm a patriot and like, that, stuff like that. So people will bring me like American flags and like just yell USA at me if they see me and stuff. And I'm like, wow, this is insane. But no, it's cool. I think it's definitely like I've bought DVDs from bands in the past and felt like I knew more about them. So I think it's definitely a cool thing. So.
All right. Well, thanks very much for hanging out with us. I hope you had an okay time. I hope you don't get eaten when you leave here by that Tyrannosaurus Rex. But
I think he's shredding too. I hear him playing sweet riffs right now.
Those little arms. He's barely holding on.
Tiny guitar.
All right. Thanks a lot for hanging out.
Thanks.
And the Powerless Rise is out now. Go check it out.